Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com with my review plus on-feet video of the Meteorology Nike KD6s. So as you can see, it comes in the brand new KD6 box with the orange and silver graphics. Give you guys a quick look at the label here. Obviously it's called the KD6. The pair I have here is a size 9.5 US. The official colorway is black, atomic red, medium olive, and noble red. And I believe these guys retail for $125 or $135 US. This particular colorway did sell out pretty much everywhere. So unfortunately, you're not going to be able to pick these up in stores. So I'll get them out of the box really quickly so you can get a better look at them. This is a colorway that I actually wasn't planning on buying. I basically walked into one of my local shoe stores and they still had a couple pairs in stock. And when I saw them in person, I knew it was something that I personally wanted to pick up. Really like the look of this shoe, and if you haven't seen it in person, it's really hard to appreciate all the details that went into this particular colorway. Now this is being called the Meteorology colorway. Obviously it's kind of a take on the very popular Weatherman series of colorways that came out for the KD4s. And obviously this is a lot different in terms of the colors that they actually use, but it's kind of the same idea with that weather mapping pattern throughout the shoe itself, which I think looks really good. So obviously the colorway itself is fairly straightforward, and the colors they use are a lot more subtle this time around than the bright green they used on the original Weatherman colorway. Obviously the upper is predominantly black, has that nice matte finish on the fuse upper that I personally think looks really good. You do have the black midsole as well, along with the black laces, and of course some of the outsole is also in black. Whereas you have your atomic red, which is basically like a pink color, making up the Nike swoosh, the KD logo right there, the logo here on the tongue, which I'm still not 100% sure what that is. It is featured on all of the current model KDs, but I'm not sure what it's supposed to mean. You do have the atomic red in the heel liner as well as the insole itself, the Nike swoosh on the instep, and of course the weather mapping pattern itself is also in that atomic red / pink color. And then of course the air unit is also in atomic red, as you guys can see, including the window itself, which does have that pink tint to it. As far as the olive green goes, this is really what made me buy the shoe when I saw it in person. I wasn't expecting the olive green on this shoe to be that kind of prominent. It's a really nice shade of green in my opinion, and it accents so well with the pink and black on the upper. The tongue itself is in that olive green color along with the entire instep, as you guys can see. There is that olive green speckling on the midsole, which is again a detail that I did not know was on the shoe until I actually saw it in person. And then the back part of the heel on the outsole is also in that olive green. And then of course you do have the noble red accent in the heel liner. As you can see, it's basically the darker red. And then the one little section of the outsole that is visible on the midsole is also in that noble red color, which is basically like a dark red / burgundy, if you will. Now, as far as the patterns on the shoe itself goes, you do have that weather mapping pattern here on the Nike swoosh, which I think looks really cool. I'd like to see that on a soccer shoe. I know a lot of people are talking about the KD6 as if it were a soccer shoe. For those of you guys that follow me on my main channel, you know soccer is kind of my thing, and I really would like to see some kind of pattern or some kind of design or a themed soccer shoe with this particular pattern on it. I think it would be really cool. And then here on the instep, again, you have more of that weather mapping color pattern here on the olive green base. There's kind of these little triangular symbols here on the instep. They kind of just look like weather symbols. That one to me looks like rain. That looks like something, maybe sand. I'm not even sure. There's obviously a sun. There's something that could symbolize lightning. I'm not 100% sure again on all of these. And you're going to find all of these different symbols here on the sock liner or insole there on the inside. You do have that very cool weather mapping pattern here in the heel liner as well, which is again a nice little extra detail that goes along with the theme of this particular shoe. You're also going to find that same weather mapping pattern going around the tongue itself, which is again just that little bit of extra detail that makes this shoe that much better in my opinion. As far as the hologram goes here on the outsole, again you're going to find all of those different designs and patterns there along with the KD logo in this little hologram. Hopefully it shows up good on camera. Again, kind of a cool little detail they did include on this particular shoe. But that's pretty much it as far as the colorway itself goes. If you want to talk about the technical specifications very quickly, it is obviously a fuse upper with your embedded flywire going across the inside and outside of the shoe, as you guys can see. Nothing too fancy there. It is a two-part tongue that's completely folded over. You can see that it's one piece here that basically folds over from the inside, and then this one comes from the outside and folds over top of that, and then you're left with this one little flap here. The lacing system is somewhat interesting in that you don't have any lace holes or lace loops. Instead, you have this kind of fused in piece of flywire or string or whatever type of material this is that makes up the lace holes on both the outside and inside of the shoe. As you guys can see, kind of has an interesting look. It's almost a hidden element on the shoe itself, but it is effective in keeping the laces on the shoe and allowing you to tighten them up, which is obviously what you would need to do because this is intended as a performance model. You do have the foam midsole, as you can see, with your 180-degree heel Air Max unit, again with that pink tint to it. And then of course you do have the storytelling traction pattern that kind of has that lightning bolt look about it. Very, very cool. Really like the look of it, especially because it is black. It's more dark colors, so it's going to look really good even after you start to wear them, whereas lighter colored outsoles tend to kind of wear out and look kind of dirty very, very quickly, whereas this is a shoe that to me you're going to be able to wear a lot, and it's never really going to look all that old, which is definitely a good thing. So that's pretty much it as far as the unboxing portion of this video goes. I'm going to move on to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea as to how these shoes look. Alright, here's a look at the KD6s on feet, and I have to say I'm a really big fan of how this shoe looks and feels. I know a lot of people don't like the look of the shoe. They think it's too low cut. It looks somewhat like a soccer shoe. I definitely see that, but to me this is something that I'm personally a really big fan of, and at the end of the day you have to wear what you like. It doesn't matter what other people think. As far as the overall comfort and fit of the shoe, they're very, very comfortable. Obviously you do have that heel unit in the back with the zoom in the forefoot. They feel nice and cushioned. They're designed as a performance model, so they're bound to be comfortable, and you definitely get a comfortable feel from this particular shoe, at least in my opinion. As far as sizing goes, they definitely do run true to size as well. I'm wearing my usual size 9.5 US, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size. So that's pretty much it as far as what they look like on feet with a pair of shorts. Then move on next to what they look like on feet with a pair of pants. Alright, here's a look at the KD6s on feet while wearing a pair of pants. And in this particular colorway, I think that this is a shoe that you definitely can get away with wearing with a pair of jeans or khakis like I have on now. Obviously sweatpants are going to go great with. But as far as wearing these casually on an everyday basis, in this particular colorway it is a little bit more subtle. Obviously it's a black upper with the bright pink accents. You definitely can get away with wearing it with more than one thing. So that's pretty much it as far as what these look like on feet. And I'll move on to my final thoughts. Alright guys, that's it for my review of the Nike KD6 in the Meteorology colorway. Like I said, what really sold me on this shoe was the colorway. All the details that you can't see online that you will see in person is really what makes this shoe great in my opinion. And if you guys do want to get a better idea of all the details on this shoe, be sure to check out the review page on my website, which you can find linked down below in the description. I have some really high quality images, close-ups of this particular shoe that will give you a better idea as to how it actually does look in person. And I will also post buy it now links to whatever links I can find for the KD6 on that same review page. Again, all links down below in the description. If you guys have any questions or suggestions for shoes that you would like to see me bring in, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to support it with a like. All of my social media information can be found down below in the description. For more sneaker reviews, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.